I am here today to share a video with you regarding the Ohuhu markers that I did posting yesterday to try to do some coloring today and just try it out and share with you some colorings for these wonderful markers that I had bought on Amazon. There was 80 count, and for some reason I checked yesterday when I put the link in the description for the 80 count is gone. So now they just have, I believe it's a 60 and the ones below that. But for now, just keep an eye on it. Maybe they'll come back. But I'm going to give you my opinion on these markers and share with you, as you guys have all shared with me and have inspired me to do some coloring of my own. So yesterday I had some time to go ahead and get some cardstock. Actually, this cardstock isn't on marker cardstock or marker paper. What it is it's a Stampin' Up! Whisper White, or the white. I do apologize, I don't know which one it is, but it's the cardstock from Stampin' Up! I like it because it's pretty thick. The colors do bleed through on the other side, but I have yet to find a paper that actually does not bleed through, because yesterday when I actually used the marker paper, it did bleed through as well. So I ended up yesterday doing some of the markers that I had received in my 80 count of Ohuhu markers, and I didn't find any of them that were really dry. Most of them flowed smoother than others. This one, the 102, the raw umber, was the only one that when I did, I don't think it's in there anymore, but when I did it, there was some kind of glitter and it turned like a green then a brown, almost like it was confused of what it needed, what shade to be. So I have a different variety of colors here that I'm really excited to use. One of the colors that I do enjoy using a lot would be the gray. So these are the grays here, as on top of here. And I guess they got a lot of mix and match. I've seen other YouTubers ask, why would we get a fluorescent orange, yellow, or rose, unless you're highlighting, I don't know, a book report or something. But I have yet to use those colors. I look forward to seeing what I can use with them. For now, I'll go ahead and show you some of the coloring that I'm going to do and have done. But before we get started, what I wanted to show you was, and it's kind of hard to get in here. I'm still trying to get the hang of my camera and my little bitty tripod here. But I'm going to circle these around here. These are the 80 that I received, and they do give you a variety of colors. I've seen other YouTubers put a rubber band around the color groups and see. I like to use my template that I used for the coloring that I showed earlier just a few seconds ago, so I can see, kind of like look over and see what color I'm going to be using and see if they blend okay. So let's start coloring. Can't get started without getting my little sippy. I actually like sippy, watching the Art Sherpa. If you guys ever get a chance to go visit her YouTube channel, she is amazing. I love her because well, actually, you know what? I think she actually inspired me to be creative. I didn't think about that till just right now, this moment. I have a lot of paintings up that I've done with her, and has really encouraged me, inspired me to look at what I am doing as art for me. I love my paintings, and I love coloring, and I love making cards. And actually, wow, seriously, just this moment, I just realized she actually has encouraged me and inspired me, and she didn't even know it. She's just very positive and friendly and outgoing, and just, I love when she says her little sippy. So I'm getting my little Cinderella cup with my coffee and sippy. Another quick shout out here I'd like to give out is my good friend, a YouTuber that I met, is Keep It Off Kilter. I'll actually have a link to both the Art Sherpa and Keep It Off Kilter. Both are amazing people, and the YouTube channel for Keep It Off Kilter has some amazing ideas for different cards, and just he's going crazy with his Cricut machine that I kind of look over and go, I wish I had that creativity. I don't even think that's a word. Creativity that he has to be able to do this wonder. But the Cricut doesn't like me, and if I had one and could probably afford one, I'm pretty sure that I would get it and use it for myself and be experimental. So Keep It Off Kilter, subscribe to his YouTube channel, and the Art Sherpa also will be linked below to her channel. Trust me, you will not regret that decision. They are amazing YouTubers. All right, let's go ahead and get coloring. These stamps that you're seeing right here that I've already done with, I believe I used Memento black ink. I've learned that's really good with the markers and coloring and doesn't bleed that much the black into the coloring. Is what I use with Tim Holtz Crazy Birds stamp set here. I did go on Pinterest and look at some ideas on how to color because I'm not as creative as finding some colors that'll mix and match, but it's all in trial and error. So I'm going to be using for this crazy nutty bird here is going to be the 69 number Persian blue and the number 144 pale baby blue. So let's go ahead and, oops, you know what? Give me 1 second. I actually need my little light here that magnifies because I can't see very well. Okay, I think that's a little better. So what I'm going to use is, from what I've seen the YouTuber share on their video, is use the lightest color first. So let's go ahead and start with that. And staying in the color, in the lines here, I'm not too hard on myself with that, is because what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the die to cut this out once I am done here. And continue coloring here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get all this here. That's such a pretty blue, and you know what? This goes on so easily. I think I was intimidated at first by the color of how bright they were. Everybody on YouTube land with these markers for the Ohuhu markers or their other markers that others use make it look so easy, and then I start doing it. I'm like, I can't get it right to blend like those colors, and I learned now not to be so hard on myself. And I think we're our own worst critic, but letting it go and creating art is the most amazing therapy I think that you could do. That's just my opinion. Okay, so that one was the pale baby blue, and now I'm going to get the Persian blue out and cross my fingers that it goes the way I was looking. Oh, that's really dark. You see that? See how dark that is? And as you can see here, let me see if I can get a close-up of that here. If you can see that right there. See how it's a little dark here? And that is different from the marker paper than it would be the Persian blue. See how that one is right there? Okay, so not too bad. Oh, look, I forgot to color the other part down here. So let's just grab our pale blue again here. Get my eye underneath my magnifying glass here. Y'all can't see it, it's off camera, but I feel like I can't color anymore without using this magnifying light. And here, sorry, squirrel. I think that should be good right there. I don't want to get it too. Okay, let me see something here. So if I were to do this, and I know they tell you to use the lightest one first, what would it be like if I grabbed that color and just blended it in? Oh, look at that. Blended that in here. Can y'all see that? Just pull that color out. Does it stain? It does not stain the darker color on the tip, which I really like. I had used some other markers. Probably if I could afford the other markers, I would probably try those out, but I've heard so much about Copic markers, so I ended up buying a set that I ended up returning. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I had a defective one, but And then I think I realized that the paper that I was using probably wasn't the best paper because it wasn't made to absorb the color for it to flow, so it just sat there on top. And I think I was using like a glossy paper and it just didn't go anywhere, so it just sat there and it kind of looked like a pool. So the other markers had stained. These, as you can see, I've been coloring, and I don't know if you can see that. Here you go, sorry. And they're not staining at all. I love that. So here you go. I don't know if you could see that or not. So the next three colors I'm going to use for his body is 109 Pearl White. Oh, that's kind of too close here. Sorry about that. The 31 Dark Yellow, and the 26 Pastel Peach. So the first color, because I had seen it on Pinterest, I'm going to try to get as close to the colors as I'd seen on there for inspiration and see what happens here. So let's see here. I think this one would probably be best off with using the, I don't know, that's a chisel tip, I guess. If I said that wrong, please in the description below tell me. And also, if I may, I'd really like to know what you guys' Thanksgiving plans are. Are you going to spend it with family? Are you going to be coloring? Are you going to be making crafts? Are you going to go on vacation? Just not too much detail. I'd hate for somebody to be scrolling through here and going, oh, look, who's going to be out of town. Paranoia, I guess. I don't know. So let's go ahead and get that. I think I touched the blue. Did I touch the blue? No, I didn't. See? None. So let me go back to my other side here and see if I could get the rest of these really close. And see, I don't know if you could see that right there, but I believe that the Versamark is the only one that I've come close to that does not really bleed the black. And my best friend was telling me to let it dry, and I've let it dry. Actually, these have been drying since I think Saturday. So just very little. I don't think you want to just soak the paper so much that it just absorbs everything else. So let's see here. And that, I think it really does look like a yellow, but it's a pearl white. I don't know. It just shows it really differently. The next one I'm going to grab in here just to do the stomach area here is Pastel Peach. See what that looks like here on the side. So it does blend very well here. Look at that. I think it's just trial and error. I can see it. If I move my side, I can see that. Okay, and I believe, let's get the other color here. This one was a little darker here. This one is, I believe, the dark yellow. So, let's get it up here. Can you guys see that right there? Okay. That in here. Okay. And come back in with the Pastel Peach. Thank you for sticking with me this long. I just love coloring. So let's see if that blends it in there. I wonder if I'm coloring too hard. Some might have a gentler, like this one, so you're not pressing. I know that I have a habit of pressing down too hard, like grrr. And sometimes when I'm writing, it goes through the other paper. but let's see here. So I'll try to soften. That didn't catch that. I'll try to soften that. Okay, and then I believe, let's try for his beak and his eye. Be right back. Okay, and then we're going to be using some 28 fruit pink for his bottom of his eye. I wanted a little bit more pink, so maybe that wasn't pink enough for me. I might want to use a little pastel violet, number 84. Let's try that one here. Let's try it, because I wanted a little more pinkish, not, and I think, let me see here. That'll be too fluorescent pink. I don't know if you saw that over there. Can you see that? That's a little too dark pink. I wanted it a more like a, I don't know, medium pink or something. So let's try a medium pink, and that's good to test out the color, because I would have been really, no, see, that's almost like see, a medium pink, that almost looks like a peach. Totally different from the top. That's why I've seen videos where it reads to go ahead and the medium pink looks so much different than what it had indicated. See how that's the medium pink, and here is the medium pink right there. See how different that is from that one, from there? So, because this is a marker paper and the other one was a cardstock, so maybe that's the difference. Let's look at number 198, and that's a tender pink. So let's try that one there. Oh gosh, that's more like a fluorescent color. That looks nothing like what I wanted. Okay, let's see if we can come back and see if I can find the pink I'm looking for. All right, as you can see over here, I tried so many pinks. Actually, this one and this one were the same one, and you see how different they are when they dried. They look more pinkish. This one, actually, when I did put it on there, I didn't care for it, but then I looked over as it dried. So I guess they, being patient and waiting till they dry, but these are all the closest to pinks that I was trying to get, and I finally ended up going back to the second one that we used which is the medium pink. So now we're going to go ahead and do the pink with number 140 light orange to start off with that one. And then coming in with a, what did I read? Not a yellow. Was it a yellow? Number 34 yellow. Let's see here. There you go. A little darker. And then let's see here. Number 24 marigold. Let's get the ending here to do that. There you go. And then the closest that I could get to for the eye was CG3, which was a cool gray. And just to get a little bit of that, see how, oh gosh, that's really dark. Like really, really dark. See? I think I'll go in there with my pearl white, and then hopefully, see that pearl white looks almost orangey, huh? This one didn't mark it either, just very little. I don't know if you could see that. So here is my little crazy bird with the Ohuhu markers. And then what I'm going to do is finish coloring up this page here and show you the different other ones that I had done. fun coloring. The only thing that I regret was not being able to remember what colors that I use, especially for this one, which was kind of my favorite in this color here, for the combinations of colors that I used. But it's all in trial and error. As you can see here, this one I did not blend very well. I don't know what I was thinking with those colors, but I think it's cute. It does go on really smooth and it does blend well, very well. I like the colors here. I think they're very vibrant. And like I said, I'm just starting to color here. So those of you out there that already know how to blend and know what they're doing, I'm sure that this is something that I can just, over time, I'm going to learn. For those of you who are just like me, that are just starting out and have no clue how to blend or anything like that, I highly recommend looking at a lot of other videos out there from our YouTubers. But I'm really enjoying my Ohuhu markers. If I had, I was able to maybe get a gift, I'm just kidding, from the Copic markers, I may be able to see what those would be like. But a lot of the test patterns with the different papers that you're using, I highly recommend. I did that with the green to try to blend it in because, like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to move my colors over to the other paper cardstock that I use. I highly recommend it and I suggest that. As other YouTubers have suggested it to myself also. Can't even talk right. Just to see how they blend with different papers and stuff. But these are the ones that I did for my Crazy Birds from Tim Holtz. I'm going to be coloring my hipster stamps here in a little bit and see how that goes. But for now, I kind of am enjoying them. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share, or like. Give me some comments of what you guys are doing for Thanksgiving. Any suggestions that I might be doing with blending. Until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Bye.